Shannon, do you like Norman's comments?
I get it. Media. I'm in the media now. I guess you can say that. They keep asking.
Yes,
You were in the media when you played, right?
They keep asking him, and he keeps responding. I wish he would take the high road, because it wasn't like they rescinded the franchise tag and he's out on the street. He got more money by them doing this than he would have got had he signed with Carolina. He got $75 million, about what, $40 million of it guaranteed. Why are you continuously to talk about them? It just makes no sense. And I always tell you, when I talk about things, I try to, okay, did it happen to me? It happened to me. The Broncos didn't re-sign me at the end of the '99 season. After 7 straight Pro Bowls, 4 first-team All-Pro, 2 Super Bowls. Mike said, Shannon, I wish we could do it. We have something, but go take a look around.
Mike Shanahan.
Mike Shanahan, the head coach, Mike Shanahan said, take a look around, and, I went to the Ravens. I could have gone back to Denver, but for $2.5 million less. I'm like, and my brother said, well, Shannon, if they really wanted you, you never become a free agent. They signed you before you get to this point. So it all worked out. But think about this, Skip. We played them in the playoffs, the wild card game. Denver comes to Baltimore. I catch a touchdown, a Karam touchdown, go 58 yards down the sideline. We win the game 21-3. Come in the locker room after the game to talking. One of the reporters from Denver asked me, Shannon, would you like to call the National Guard? I'm like, absolutely not. I said, I had 10 great years over there. I said, a lot of my friends are over there. I said, I still got a fondness and admiration for the coaches. They felt they had my replacement could do better at cheaper price. The Ravens wanted me not only for my playmaking ability, but for my leadership. Why am I going to begrudge that? Josh, you in Washington. Your defense, the Washington, and I always try not to say the last part. Washington, they're the 29th ranked pass defense. That's what they were last year. Adding a $75 million corner, guess what they are? The exact same thing. So he hasn't made them any better. They make it seem like when Josh covered Julio, he had 0 catches for 0 yards. The last time they played, he had 9 for $178 and a TD. And the 80-yard game winner with under 2 minutes left in the ball game. So let's stop pretending Josh Norman is Deion Sanders or Rod Woodson reincarnated, because he's not. Is he a good corner? Yes. But he's not going down there and Julio, and guard Julio man up one-on-one. That's not about the secondary that calls Julio. That's coaching. Because after the first couple, Julio Jones is not going to beat us. If Mohamed Sanu wants to beat us, if the tight ends want to beat us, good luck. But I'm not going to let your best player, as a defensive coach or as an offensive coach, you do not let the best player from the opposing team beat you. If the second and third best players can beat you, have at it. I wish you all the best. But Josh, you need to let this go. We get your point. You're not there anymore, but you got $75 million. Time out. What more? You're not going back. They've moved on. You've moved on. Just let it go, Josh.
I completely disagree with you, and here's why. Josh Norman is not as talented as you were, yet trash talk was a big part of your repertoire, right? Talking to the media was a big part of your game because it created mystique and aura in the locker room, that you became the leader, sort of the outspoken leader, almost the spokesman for the football team.
Good and bad at times.
Good and bad, but when you were the go-to guy, maybe that's not quite right, but I think mostly you were the go-to guy, especially in Denver, partly in Baltimore. You and Ray both. You're going to have Ray back on the show tomorrow. Come back, Ray. And it was a part of your game, was your mouth, your ability to use your mouth against the opposition or for your team. And for Josh, it's even bigger part of his game is to talk. I think he was worth every penny of $75 million to his new team just because of his presence, his mystique, the part of his repertoire that is his ability to trash talk, get under Odell's skin, as we saw twice, actually, last year and this year. And his ability to rub off on his teammates like we have Josh and you don't have Josh. So clearly, part of this stems from the fact Josh Norman left his heart in Carolina. It's killing him not to be in Carolina, but he did get paid.
Yes.
He really got paid, but he's not going to give up twisting the subtle knife in them. And I got to tell you, the last 2 shots were pretty great, because the one Sunday when he was asked, do you think that the Panthers missed you in Atlanta today when Julio went off? And he said, I'll just sip my tea on that. That's a beautiful, subtle twist of the knife in his old team. And then yesterday, as Joy pointed out, you get what you pay for. Well, he's talking about those 2 average at best corners in Wickery and Worley, who replaced him in Carolina. We get that. And yet, to your point, you can say, oh, the stats say the Redskins are no better than they were last year. I think they would tell you in their locker room, even though they lost D'Angelo Hall down for a while, but they would tell you we feel better about ourselves because we got that guy speaking for us and against the other team. And there's something that he has in his physicality. He's not very fast, but in his head, he plays with his head, he plays with his mind, he plays with his tongue a lot of times, that he can control a great receiver with long arms and physicality and trash talk in ways that are pretty great. I admire it because he figured out how to do it as a lower round draft choice out of Coastal Carolina. He's not huge. I told you he ran 4.7 at the combine. Really?
But Skip, he got paid. I give it, Skip, it was like I worked at CBS for 10 years. They let me go. The president of CBS Sports, Sean McManus, called me. He said, Shannon, I'm sorry. I stopped him. I said, Sean, there's nothing to be sorry about. You don't have to. I said, I thank you for giving me 10 years. I said, you took a guy that had no TV experience from rural South Georgia with a heavy dialect, colloquial dialect, and you allowed me to be on network television. Skip, had that not happened, I'm not sitting across from you. I don't begrudge CBS because it gave me a larger platform to sit across from you and to talk every day about something other than just football exclusively. Why am I going to be mad when a better opportunity comes along? Josh, you got a better opportunity. You got $75 million. They weren't going to ever pay you that, even if you were even if you were universally regarded as the best corner in football. You were never getting $75 million with $40 million guaranteed from Carolina. So you get this from Washington.
Okay, but you did not leave your heart at CBS. I don't think you did, because I think your heart's at Fox, right?
But if you look at the Broncos, Skip, I was there for 10 years with 7 straight Pro Bowls, 4 first-team All-Pro.
I got it.
With 2 Super Bowls. What Super Bowl did he win? How many All-Pros? So clearly, they had groomed me. Dan Reeves gave me an opportunity, took a flyer on a 7th-round draft pick. That back then they had 12 rounds.
Yep.
You go 7th or later, you are practice material. They're bringing in bodies.
I got it.
But somehow he believed in me, and through Dan Reeves and Wade Phillips and Mike Shanahan, all the winning and the losing and the highs and the lows, everybody, whomever drafts you, that's where it is, because you feel they gave you your opportunity. They gave you a chance to really show, because you might have felt you could play in college, but you never know until you get there. So you feel they've given me this opportunity. I'm loyal to them. Skip, think about this. I never got, in all my years playing with Denver, in 10 years, I never got $1 million signing bonus. I was a free agent, free. And I signed in 96 after going 80 for 1,010 touchdowns.
Did you miss Denver?
Skip, you know how much they gave me to sign? They gave me $325. Ed McCaffrey come right behind me and get $4 million. I didn't bat an eye.
Okay.
Was I disappointed? Because here, I'm taking all these injections in my ankles. I'm getting shot up to go play to show you that I'm the guy. Because I'm telling the guys, you can count on Shannon. I might not be able to give you everything I got in practice. I might not even be able to practice. But I'm going to get shot up, and I'm going to go play. And so I felt all that. But you know what? But see, what they didn't realize, I wasn't doing it for the money. Mary Porter was back in Glenville, and she was dry, and she didn't have to go clean houses, and she didn't have to go put stuff on credit. So they had given me an opportunity to take care of her and to give my kids, when I started having kids, a head start that I didn't get.
Okay.
I was disappointed, Skip. But at some point in time, I had to be bigger. I had to be bigger than that.
I still say this is part of this guy's game, is to keep talking, that it's good for his new team if he keeps taking shots at his old team, because it's who Josh Norman is, and I don't have any problem with it whatsoever. Different than you.
Oh, I mean, think about it. We're playing in the playoffs. So I knock them out. When I catch the pass and I'm running down the sideline, in the photo, I'm as close to me, Mike, as you, and I got the ball in my hand. And the photo is him with his head's like, I can't believe the guy that I let go, that said couldn't play, he wasn't that guy anymore, is actually doing this. And I'm going home. Think about it, Skip. Not only did we send him home, I won the Super Bowl. The Ravens won the Super Bowl. So I'm on the stage with the Lombardi Trophy, who I had just carried him 2 years before.
Okay, you got to join arguably the greatest defense ever, Ray Lewis's defense. Am I
But
right?
we didn't know that at the time,
Okay,
Skip.
but you did. You fell into that then.
Fell into
okay?
it.
And you got your money, and you got another ring, thanks to your contribution, but thanks to their contribution,
Yes,
right?
yes.
Okay, you were in a great spot.
Yes.
Josh is not in a great spot because I don't think the Redskins have the greatest defense ever, right? I don't think they're a Super Bowl threat.
Well, we didn't know that defense was going to be as good as it was in the beginning. Now, they did shut out the Steelers.
They did.
But then they come back and give up 35 to the Jacksonville in the second week. So we're like, okay, we won both games, but like, how good are we? And then it just got, 0, 3, 0, 7, 10. And they're like, well, hold on. We're not scoring points, but we're still winning games 15-6. And like, are they really this good? And then when you get done, you like, in 16 games, they gave up 165 points. That's never going to be accomplished again, ever.
So God was good, right?
All
Thank
the
you, God.
time.
Yeah.